I finally got my dream internship at my dream company. It was only God's grace and just hard work and putting myself out there time after time and not giving up, and continuous learning too.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it. See how rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you, I.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Favor Adeni, and if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. So let's get straight into the video. So from the title, you already know that I'm going to be talking about how I got my product design internship at Microsoft. Yay! Okay guys, so this summer I'm a product design intern on the Azure core team at Microsoft, and I'm currently in Washington State for my internship. So it's a hybrid internship, some days in person, some days I'm working from home, which is like my hotel room. I'm actually in the Redmond campus and I live really close to it, and it's a beautiful campus. But today I'm going to be telling you all the tea of how I got this internship, what I did, how I prepped, and how you can also get a big tech internship. So let's talk about how it all started. Before I started applying for internships, I made sure to write on a list of companies that I wanted to apply to. Microsoft was number one on my list because that has been my company for years. I've been applying and getting rejected, and I've always really wanted to get in. Because I love Microsoft and I love their products and I love their mission and vision and almost everything about them, literally. So what I did first, I went through your career site, went through the job description, and then I tailored my resume to match the job description. So that's what I did. And because I had like a previous intern experience that summer, because I was a product design intern at MasterCard that summer, like that was also a big thing on my resume, so I made sure to highlight my projects there and highlight the impact I made there, and also tailored my my bullet points on my resume from my MasterCard experience to the job description on the Microsoft site. So when I was done tailoring my resume to match the job description, the next stage was my portfolio. So as a designer, you know that when you're applying for an internship or a job, you need a portfolio, because a portfolio is actually what shows your work. So because I had previous intern experience last summer, I was so happy because I worked on a lot of projects during my 10-week internship at MasterCard. So I worked on 3 projects that I put on my portfolio. So that's how I created my portfolio to be scannable. Number 1, for recruiters. Number 2, hiring managers go through portfolio. They want to make sure that, okay, this candidate is not just good, they're really good, we can call them for an interview, they can actually do the job. And now they want to just see if you're a culture fit and see if what you have on your portfolio and resume match what you're saying in person during the interview. So I crafted my case studies to show the hiring managers my skill level, to show them my product thinking skills, my design skills, my prototyping skills, visual design, and all of that. I made sure to highlight my strengths and achievement in my case studies. You have to make sure that when you're creating or crafting your portfolio, you're positioning yourself for success, and that's what I did with mine. And just focus more on your strengths and your weaknesses when you're crafting your portfolio. Focus more on your strengths and your weaknesses, because your strengths matter more than your weaknesses. Of course, you're going to improve on your weaknesses, but you want to make sure that you're putting your strengths in front of the recruiters and hiring managers, and you want to make sure you're also highlighting your achievements and your wins. That's what I did. So you want to make sure you have 2, 3, or 4 projects on your portfolio when you're applying for a job or internship. I think 2 is a good place to start. It shows some knowledge and skill, and 3 is a perfect place to be in, and 4 too. So after making sure my portfolio was good and my resume was good, then I applied. So I applied in September, and I didn't hear back until January. But throughout September to December, I was interviewing with other companies for design internships. So I was getting some interview prep experience. I heard back from Microsoft in January. I think it was 2nd week of January, and I got an email saying okay, we love your portfolio, sorry, we loved your application, and we want to interview you for Microsoft Design Internship, like first round, everything. So I scheduled my interview, and the next thing to do was to start prepping for it. So I prepped for it through the resources on the Microsoft career site. I also like went on Google, searched Microsoft interview questions. I had a Google Doc filled with questions, and I practiced so many times to make sure that I was putting my best foot forward, because the first one is mostly behavioral questions, so that's why I practiced for. And also, like, you know, practice portfolio review questions in case I'm asked that. I didn't think I was going to be asked that, to be very honest. But then I had my first round interview, which is like I think like a 45 minutes interview if I'm correct, or a 30 minutes interview, 30 or 45 minutes, I've forgotten. And the my interviewer asked me, you know, behavioral questions, and then at the end he asked me to run him through my portfolio, and I did so, and that's how we ended the interview. And I heard back after that. After 1 week, I heard back, and I heard that I was moving to the final round of interviews, and I was so ecstatic. I was so excited. I was so glad. I was really rejoicing, but it was too early to celebrate because I don't have the offer yet. But it was a big milestone for me because I had been applying for years to Microsoft, and I never had made it to any interview round. So to make it to a final round was like an achievement for me. I had 2 weeks to prep for my final round of interviews, and the interviews were going to be, I think, 5. So the first was a portfolio review, and then I was going to have 4 one-on-ones with like design managers at Microsoft, and they were all virtual on Zoom. So oh, sorry, on Microsoft Teams, actually. That's like via virtual conferencing product. So I had 2 weeks to prepare, and I made sure that I prepared really well. So since I was going to have a portfolio review, what I did was create a presentation slide deck. So I prepped, I created my slide deck, and then the day of the interview I had my portfolio review first. I was quite nervous, but it went well. I ran through some of my projects because I didn't really have that much time because I faced technical difficulties like I just mentioned. And after that I had my one-on-ones. In the one-on-ones, I was just asked some behavioral questions, you know, questions that helped the interviewers learn more about who I am as a person, as a designer, and what I'm looking for. And also they asked me some clarifying questions about the projects that I showed in my portfolio review interview earlier in the day, and I answered them. I was able to answer them and defend my design decisions and my trade-offs. You know, like as a designer, you want to make sure that you're able to defend your design decisions, your thinking, your process, because designers want to learn more about them when they're interviewing you for like jobs and internships. So I finished my interviews that day, and guys, I didn't hear back from Microsoft on like I think almost 6 weeks. It was almost 6. Then I'm gonna say 5.5 weeks. So it was 5.5 weeks. Then I heard back that I got the offer, and I was going to be a design intern on the Azure core team. Like when I got that email, guys, I was in my kitchen and I just started jumping. I called my mom. I was so excited because after like 3 years of applying and rejections, I finally got my dream internship at my dream company. It was only God's grace and just hard work and putting myself out there time after time and not giving up, you know, and continuous learning too. So that's how I got my internship at Microsoft. That's a quick summary of it, guys, and I am so glad. I've been here 1 month now. It's been so great, and I am just glad to be here, like in person, actually, like in the office. It's so inspiring to work every day, knowing that I work for one of the biggest companies in the world, and you know, I'm working for a company that is producing products for billions of people around the world. Guys, it's so inspiring and empowering to me. You know, as a 21-year-old, I'll also be 22, but as a 21-year-old for now, like that, I was able to achieve this at 21. It's only the grace of God. Yeah. I feel like crying because I'm just like happy, but I'm just gonna like say that if you're like applying for jobs and it's getting stressful, because I know I've been there, I would say don't give up. Keep putting yourself out there. Take breaks, you know, take breaks and rest, but keep putting yourself out there and hope for the best, and the best will find you. And when your yes comes, you're going to be so glad, and it's going to be all worth it. I'm going to be releasing more videos about my internship throughout the whole summer, you know, like how I like a day in my life and other kind of videos, and how to like create a design case study like that is great for like applications and interviews and interview prep resources and all of that. Like, I would like you to please subscribe so you can like watch my content when I publish them on YouTube, and you can also follow me like on Instagram, on Twitter, and I will leave all my social media handles in the description box so you can follow me. And now I'm going to show you guys my Microsoft merch, because what's an internship, or like what's a tech internship without merch? So I'll show you all my merch now. Okay, so first I'm going to start with this bag. It's a Microsoft like small tote bag. This is Microsoft.com, Microsoft. And inside the bag I have this like Microsoft gadget bag. It's like for storing gadgets, like to keep your chargers and stuff like that. This is like how you're meant to use the bag, like keep your chargers, your watch, and stuff like that. It's great for like when you're traveling. So that's the first or the second after the bag. And then inside the bag I have my hoodie. So it says Microsoft Azure, which is like the org I'm working for, which is Microsoft's cloud product and #2 in the world. So whoop whoop. And the zip is like cloud, so that's cute. And like the sleeves say Azure Core Intern, so that's nice. So that's it for this bag. Microsoft journal. I have so many of this. This is actually my favorite one. This is my favorite Microsoft journal. I use it every day at work. Love it, love it, love it. So my Microsoft picnic blanket. I don't know if you can see, but it says Microsoft. It's a picnic blanket, guys, and it has like a handle, so you can like go out for a picnic like this. It's so cute, it's so compact, and I love the color too. And you just like unfold it and then lay it on the floor when you're going for your picnic. This is such a thoughtful swag present, because like this is summer, so this is the weather for picnics, so I'm definitely going to be using this soon. And then we have the Microsoft backpack. Guys, if you're in the like Seattle area, you're gonna see this backpack a lot, because Microsoft interns use their backpack all the time. I use mine because it has a lot of space and it's really comfortable to use. So yeah, my Microsoft backpack, it's great. I like the color and it's really comfortable and fits in like all my stuff, so love it. There's also like this like Microsoft, it's like a tiny mug. It says Microsoft intern. It's so cute. Yeah, I think, okay, and I think the last thing I have is just this like for keeping like your papers and all of that. It says Microsoft. Yeah, so I think that's all the swag I have for now. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. So guys, I also got this package from the Azure X Studio. As you can see, it has my name on it. I haven't opened it actually. It came like I think last week. So we're gonna unbox it together. Ooh, okay. So this is how the package looks. Guys, this is so nice. This is actually from my team, my studio, Azure X Studio actually sent me this. This is so nice. So this is like I think a book. It says It's What You Watch, a cookbook for movie lovers. I love that so much because I'm actually a movie lover. And this is popcorn seasoning, white cheddar popcorn seasoning. That's what this is. And this is popcorn, like for, yes, I'm actually going to get a popcorn maker to make my popcorn for my movie night. And this is so sweet. It's from my studio. So yeah, that's all for the swag and gifts. That's the end of my video. If you have watched up until this point, I am grateful for your support. Please subscribe, please like, comment any like video ideas you have, and give me some intern advice, like how would you advise me to be a successful intern? Leave it in the comment section, and I hope to see you in my next videos. For now, it's bye.